Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fantasy Football, and welcome to my video. It is time for Game Week 4 preview. As always though, we're going to go back to the previous game week and see how well my team did, and this was for Game Week 3. And as you can see, I got 57 points, above the average of 44, and I made 2 free transfers. I removed Perez and Wilson, and I brought in Martial and Pukki. And as you can see, if I just move this across, as you can see, I got overall rank of 198 and overall rank of 104,564. So I did decent for Game Week 3, and those 2 free transfers that I made worked, so that helped out a lot, especially with Pukki with 11 points. And as long as I'm above the average, I'm going to be a happy man. Now, I don't want to go through this team too much in detail because I already created a video for this on Sunday, and I'll put it at the end of this video. But overall, let's have a quick look. Backline, not even one clean sheet here. Martial with 5 points. Salah bringing a big chunk of points for me. Sterling with 16 and Pukki with 11. I had Lundstrom on my bench, but I played him because there was so much pressure on me on Twitter for me to play him instead of Joshua King. And as you can see, he came with 2. I would have been happy with 2, but it's fine. These things can happen. So just a couple of things before I go and talk about my team for Game Week 4. If you got the chance to bank a transfer, do that for Game Week 4. That means you have 2 free transfers in Game Week 5. And as you all know, after Game Week 4 is the international break to Game Week 5. And, you know, anything can happen. Players might come back injured. Some players might come back like later than others. And there might be some other problems as well. So if you got 2 free transfers for Game Week 5, then you can adjust those issues and you'll be ahead of the game. Another thing is, a lot of FPL managers will be activating a wildcard after Game Week 4. It's like one of the best periods to kind of do that because you've got a long time to kind of change your players around and get players in that you think that is going to go up in price. So you can make a little bit of money on that. And I'm going to be creating a video for that anyway. So a lot of people will do that. And there's another, like after Game Week 8 as well, there's another international break, which a lot of FPL managers will activate the wildcard there if they didn't for after Game Week 4. So I just want to give you that little heads up. For me, I wanted to bank a transfer, but I need Kevin De Bruyne. I need him in my life. I need him in my team, and I can't leave him for this game against Brighton. So let's go on to my team. And as you can see, I have made 2 transfers, which means that I have taken my first -4 point hit of the season for Game Week 4. Now hear me out with hits. If I'm taking a -4 or 8 or whatever it is, I'm going to be bringing players into my team, which is going to help me for the long term. So I'm not going to be bringing players and taking hits for the short term. I'm looking at the long term. And I've been hearing a lot of rumors about Martial being injured and maybe missing the Game Week 4. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I have to make my move because I got the exact money. And I'll show that in a sec anyway. So basically, I removed Martial and I removed Lucas Moura. And I brought in Kevin De Bruyne, a player that I have to have in my team. I have managed to survive without him, but for these games, I have to have him. I can see so many goals. I can see so many assists, and I need this player in my team. I need him in my life, man. Now, this is a massive gamble because I'm not 100% certain on Martial, and there might be other injuries that I don't know about. Plus, the press conference, we haven't even went through that, and there's some games being played tonight. The best thing that you can do, guys, do not follow me, okay? Do what is best for your team. The best thing that you can do is try your best to hold your transfer until the deadline. But I'm going to be taking this risk because one little drop on one of my players, then I can't get Kevin De Bruyne. Well, I can, But I want John McGinn in my team. I don't want to go for like Cantwell, that is 4.7. I want someone that, I don't know, I'm just not sure about it. And I like this guy. And with these fixtures, I think he can get some returns for me. It gives me a nice balance to my team as well. I've got nothing in the bank now. And I'm happy to move forward with this guy. Next game is against Crystal Palace away. West Ham is after that at home. Arsenal is going to be difficult, but then Burnley at home, Norwich, and then Brighton. These fixtures are incredible. And if I do stick to my plan and wildcard after game week 8, then I might move him on if he's not performing well. As you can see, I got 0 in the bank, and I wanted to make that decision because I want Kevin De Bruyne. I want like a mid-cheap player here. And it gives me a nice balance. And I want to keep Sigurdsson for one more game week. I'm going to try my best. Because I hold him for this long. And if he does score, and it's going to hurt me badly. And I'm going to feel the pain. And like if I go to Lucas here, he is not guaranteed to play up to 90 minutes. And I can see him benched. I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to play it like that. And obviously, if Sigurdsson does blank, then I need to get rid of him immediately. And I still feel like Everton can do well. They just need to click. We know they can do well. And the next game against Wolves, it's gonna be a difficult match. But you know, Wolves are gonna be there try not to get beat. And these fixtures, Bournemouth, then Sheffield United, it just continues. I think these fixtures are still good. Oh man, I think I'm happy. I'm happy. As long as I'm happy, like as long as you make a decision and you're happy with, you're just gonna continue with that. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, let's move on. I know some people might disagree, but that's my decision. So Ryan in goal, 4.6, price rise, incredible. But a lot of FPL managers are thinking to remove him because the next fixture is against Manchester City. I can see him conceding a lot of goals. I can even see him getting like 0 or even minus. But I'm hoping that he can just save a lot of shots. Maybe save a Sergio Aguero penalty. It would be fantastic. That would be the dream. Van Dijk, a good chance to keep a clean sheet against Burnley. Even though Burnley is a little bit on form. But they should keep a clean sheet in the next 2. Zinchenko, great option. Mendy is not 100% back yet, and if he is, if we start seeing him on the bench, then we need to a little bit worry about his position. But I think this fixture against Brighton is actually a fantastic one. Luca Dean, good chance for him to get some kind of returns here, even if it's a draw. As long as Everton, scores, then he is going to have a high chance to be, he's going to have a high chance to get some kind of returns because of a player like him, playing in the defense, taking corners and some of the free kicks. That is fantastic. So I'm going with that back 3 here. I can see 1 or 2 clean sheets here. So I can see my team actually doing pretty damn well. The one player that I got my basically hopes on is Sigurdsson. If he does well, then I'm going to be the happiest man in the world. If he doesn't, then I'm going to be a little bit sad. Sterling is going to be my captain. I can see a lot of goals in this game against Brighton. Brighton is actually playing really well. They're more attacking. So I can see a lot of goals here. And, at home, yeah, that's why I brought in Kevin De Bruyne. Salah, I can see Salah doing well against Burnley. A lot of managers out there are thinking to captain him as well. And I do not disagree. Kevin De Bruyne has got a high chance to get some assists as well for this game. And yeah, for the long term as well, it's a fantastic investment. And John McGinn, Crystal Palace doesn't really do well at home. So hopefully he can get something. But I'm looking at this game week 5. And what I'm thinking to do is I'm just basically going to try my best to bank my transfer in game week 5. But we'll see what happens, once people come back from the international break. Still have Joshua King here, on penalties. you never know what can happen. And if he gets a penalty, you know, he's got a high chance to score. So, and these fixtures are not too bad for him to get some kind of points. So I'm not really in rush to remove him. And Pookie against West Ham. West Ham's leaky at the back, and I can see this guy continuing his great run. Look at that price tag of 7 million. He's bringing us a lot of money, guys. And on my subs, if Martial is injured, and I can see Greenwood playing, so maybe having him on your first substitute bench might be a good idea to go for. But I'm going to go with Lundstrom here because he's a defender. If they manage to keep a clean sheet and one of my players don't play, then, you know, he's got a high chance as well to get some kind of returns because of that clean sheet points that he can have. So I'm actually really happy. I'm happy. It was a massive decision, and if we do find out that Martial is injured, then I guess this was a good move. I know a lot of people won't agree with me, but that's fine. You know, we can't agree with everything, right? And this is what we love about FPL. Let's see what happens. Now, I'm going to give you guys a few transfer options that I think that is going to do fantastically well. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to pick out a few. I'm not going to go all in and just, you know, trying to give you guys everything. Where's that guy as well? Obviously, it's going to be the players that has done well in the last game because, you know, they're on form, and plus their fixtures are really good. I would definitely recommend like getting another Manchester City player, but I think Sergio Aguero is going to be a fantastic option. If I had him, I don't know, I might even captain him. If I find out there is a lot of problems in my team before game week 4, and if I do activate it, I will bring him into my team immediately. Hala here scored 2 goals, and we know what Norwich, how they play. They're more of an attacking team, and they can't defend. And I can see West Ham scoring a few goals at this fixture. And yeah, and Pookie is going to be the number 1 pick. I'm afraid, like he's such a goal scoring machine now. For the midfielders, I know a lot of people are going with Cantwell because of that price tag of 4.7. So if you do need to get a player like Kevin De Bruyne, then he's going to be the player that, you know, you want to get, which is going to give you a lot of money to kind of afford Kevin De Bruyne. So that was just a few of my picks. I already created like a transfer video anyway that could help you guys out. But yeah, so I'm just outside of 100k. I think with that minus 4.8, I'll hit around, I'll start with 140,000 or something. It's fine. You know, the overall rank doesn't mean anything right now, but I'll let you guys know. Thank you so much for the support, guys. You guys being awesome. Like, follow me on Twitter, guys. That's where all the fun begins. You know, once the weekend hits, it's just going to be chaos. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let's see if we can get up to about, I don't know, 200 likes then. Because I know there's going to be people disagreeing with my transfers. It's fine. Hope you guys will have a good week. And yeah, see you guys next time. See ya.